Can Lunar Display be the only option for you if you want to use your iMac as a primary or a secondary screen for your new M series Mac? Well, there's another option which is called Target Display Mode, which Apple had available for many years. And let's have a look at some of the settings between those two to see whether it's a valid option for you rather than Lunar Display. So firstly, I'll show you the Lunar Display website. So the Lunar Display website is really AstroPad are the makers of the device. And there's a website there that tells you all about the Lunar Display, and you can find most of the information. I won't go too much into it. The part that we are looking at is the bit that you see on the right-hand side of the screen, which says Computer to Mac. That's really the way we're using the Lunar Display device, so that you can connect your old iMac as a screen to maybe one of your new Macs. So I suspect that most of the people visiting this site now will be looking at buying a new Mac Silicon series computer. And so it's really for those guys that I'm looking to help out. Just in case you are an Apple user, one of the questions that came up was, why can't I use Target Display Mode? And essentially, you can use Target Display Mode in certain circumstances, but they're very limited circumstances. So this is from Apple's website that I'm showing you now. And it says that you can use any of the iMac models up to the 2014 model. So there's models produced after that you might want to use. It says the iMac must be to be used as a display must have High Sierra or earlier. This, remember, is for display target mode, an Apple system, not the Lunar Display. So the other thing is that you might have a 24 or 27-inch iMac introduced in 2009 or 2010. And again, that must have High Sierra or earlier installed. So there's a lot of restrictions with that. And then the other restriction is it actually says that it must be connected using a Thunderbolt cable. That is not the case when we're using Lunar Display. So Lunar Display gives us a lot more functionality and a lot more options for connectivity, including Wi-Fi. So you can use Thunderbolt cable if you want to, but you can use a USB cable, you can use Wi-Fi, or you can use Ethernet. So it's a lot more flexible than the Target Display Mode offered by Apple. I'll just scroll through and tell you a few other things that are different. You can control the brightness and sound and play things through your iMac using Target Display Mode, but you can't use any of the functionality when you're using Lunar Display other than connecting external hard drives to the USB ports on your iMac. You can access those, and I'll be showing you those in a separate video that I'll link to. So there are very big restrictions for using Apple's Target Display Mode. Try it out. Make sure that your specifications are up to scratch on that. So one thing for the Lunar Display, and I'll try and make sure that this is on the screen when I'm talking about Lunar Display compatibility. You will need to have an iMac that is later than 2009, but it also must be running High Sierra, which is Apple 10.13, 10.13. If you don't know how to look at that, go to the top left-hand corner of your Mac screen to the little Apple icon. Click on it. It will say about this Mac. If you click on that, that will tell you the version of Mac OS that you're running. So long as it's after 10.13, so it can be Mac OS 11, 12 or 13, or even, I think we're on 14 now. Yeah, and it's Mac OS 14, which is Sonoma. The whole point of this is that we're saving you from putting your iMac into the recycling bin, and it gives your perfectly good screen, the iMac, a new lease of life. So, and especially if you've got a 5K Mac, you really ought to be not just recycling that out. So if you've got a 5K screen, you do need to use the USB-C version, as you see in the little inset at the bottom right of the screen here. Plugging that into a Thunderbolt or a DisplayPort compatible USB port is the way to go. So if you want to still use that as a screen on your new Mac Silicon, this is the answer. So AstroPad Lunar Display will be the answer for you. So I hope that has helped you and will let you decide whether you are able to use Apple's target display mode or whether you need to go for the Lunar Display option. I think the Lunar Display option is the most versatile for you anyway. I produce regular videos relating to the Lunar Display device and help with that. So make sure you either subscribe to the channel or have a look at the other videos available. And there's links in the description how to get a Lunar Display as well. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to being able to help you again in the near future. Bye for now.